Today. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Sunny day. Oh, no, no, no. I have it here. Here we go. Here we go. Today. Today. Everybody sing. Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to daily antidote of song? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Greetings, everybody. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, evening, wherever we are gathering together on this wonderful journey that we all happen to be on. I'm Arne. I'm your host for this Thursday edition of Daily Antidote of Song. Every day, 900 and I think it's 949 days. Somebody's going to correct me. 949 days consistently brought to you by those really good smelling people over at Carpe Diem Arts. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. Yo, yes, raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand. And if you ain't, be in your own house. Okay, it is November 10th, 2022. Somebody please tell me, are we at day 949? I think it is. All right, let's get this party started by saying greetings to our Facebook Live family. Come on, let's go. Wave to the right, up top, to the left, on the bottom, up top, on the bottom, to the left, to the right, and then just wave to everybody in the room. Hi, Satara, if you're out there, loving you. And I love starting my hellos to Jojo Rassi, Jojo Rassi, Jojo Rassi, yay! And then all the other beautiful people over at Carpe Diem Arts is busy. I got to speak with Munit the other day. Let's see, there's Diane, Denise, a whole bunch of good looking folk. And then our jamming on the one, jamming on the one, jamming on the one tech, Jaden. Give it up for Jaden, y'all. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see who's in the room today. Who is here today? We got Kathy on the iPad. Greetings to you. Hi, Harriet. Nice to see you. Kate's in Charlottesville. Annette in California. California. Thank you. Martha Wagner is here. Hello. Kim. Good to see you. Oh, there's Steve and Michelle. Lovely seeing you both. My girl Arlene in Berkeley. West Side, baby. Hoda in British Columbia. Great to see you. Oh, there's my Bonnie in Boise. Always lovely to see you. Hi, Sarah in Texas. Mabel and some bears in Massachusetts. Oh, yes. Thank you. There's Becky Kane is here. Sue is here. Hello, Jim. Nice to see you. Pauline is in Newcastle. Luda, always waiting with the love from you. You don't understand how that makes me feel. Thank you so much. Victoria, BC, giving up the love. Sheila in rainy Florida. Glad you're here. Stay dry. Susan G, my girl in Ohio. We rocking orange today. We got the memo. Thank you. Deborah in Kentucky. Great to see you. Hi, Susan in Seattle. Deli is here. Yes. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Pinkies up, baby. Carolyn, yes, in Boise, 949. Okay, I was right. Thank you, love. You still need to have your Beyonce fan on. That's all. Jane in Texas is here. Thank you for your presence. Storm is here. Hey, Storm. Good to see you. Kevin in DC with the magic flute. Great to see you, sir. You're going to have a good time today. Amanda and Miles. Miles and Amanda. Amanda and Miles. I can't take it. Kathy is here from, I believe that's Gainesville. Jamie in Victoria. I get one curly top. I get two curly tops. And I think I see a shadow of a third curly top. We'll find out. Aloysius is somewhere traveling around the world. I see Harriet again. Gary is here with solutions. Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. Field is here. Sherry in New Hampshire is here. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. There's Carol J in Connecticut. Bob is on the iPhone. Hey, Bob. Sandy E in Western North Carolina is here. Y'all are moving too fast. Ann Anderson's here. Fred from Silver Spring is here. Christiana and Bob are somewhere out in Maryland, spreading love wherever they go. And then we've got Linda Rose just coming in. Wonderful to see you all here. Thank you for your presence. If you're new to the Daily Antidote Room today, you're in for a special treat. But take this time right now to identify yourselves in the chat. Let's let us know your name, where you're tuning in from, and really how you found Daily Antidote song. And then there is going to be a rainbow, and then there's a pot of gold at the end of it. And JoJo is going to deliver it to your house if you write an essay. Okay, I got to figure this out. Okay, just for right now, just put your name in the chat. Don't worry about the essay. All right. It's day 949. Let's give ourselves a huge hand. As we mentioned, today, 53 years ago, it was Monday, November 10th, 1969, Sesame Street premiered on the air. And my life is all the better for it. I have so many incredible memories. And my very first love, the very first love of my life, I met on Sesame Street. Because somebody, there he is, Oscar. That's the love of my life, baby. Me and you together. They just don't understand. They just don't understand. All right, but let's just give thanks that in our lifetime we were able to experience, and our as children and as adults, the wonder and magic of that. Okay, let's get into the day. David Roth is here, y'all. David Roth. David Roth. David Roth. David Roth. Come forward, sir. Please come forward.
A very good midday to you, one and all. I've missed you. We've all been busy, haven't we? Well, it's
Yeah,
great
so
to
where
be.
you been? Oh, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about where you've been. Tell us about the song first. Let's do
Well, there's
that.
not a lot to tell. This is a really good post midterm election song that I actually wrote last year when I had nothing better to do, and I mean it when I say that, nothing better to do. Uh,
We get it. We get it.
And I've played this song, just about everywhere I've played this song, people come rushing up to me going, I have to have that song. I have to have that song because it has perhaps the first two words of this call and response song are highly sought after, and people take great satisfaction in singing them. So when I sing a part, there's a lot of space in between every single line. We don't have to put the words in the chat just yet. You'll get it. It's just a kind of a call and response song with starts with two very, very satisfying words in the first person. All right, you ready? I'm right. You're wrong. You're off. I'm on. This is my new theme song. I'm right. You're wrong.
Hold up, David. What is our part? What are we singing? I'm
I
right.
know.
Or are we
I'm
singing
right.
you're wrong?
I'm right.
Okay.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Got it. Got it.
You're off. I'll just keep going. I'm on. I'm on. This is my new theme song. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm correct. I'm sure. And you are insecure. My heart is pure. I'm right. I'm sure. Don't you bother contradicting me. You've got no leg to stand on. Where is it you come up with all these viewpoints that you land on? I'm yes. You're no. You're stop. I'm go. Je suis vrai. Tu es faux. That's French. Now you know. And you know we're gonna get somewhere by being mad and vehement. A seismic shift is always made with words of disagreement. You're right. I'm wrong. Thought I'd just try that on. How about a new song? No right, no wrong. No right, no wrong. Crisp.
I don't know what to make of that. I just don't know.
It's not complicated.
I'm going to make it complicated
Okay.
because I'm right and you're wrong. No, it's perfect. It's perfection. Okay, we have to do it again because we need to have the lyrics in the chat when we
Sure.
do it again. But tell us the genesis of this song. We need to know, please.
I was actually what was I doing? I was leading a song an online songwriting class in 2021 for Common Ground on the Hill in Maryland. It was online, and I think the song was called "Writing Songs for Personal and Global Change." And on the first day of that class, it was a 5-day online class, which we usually have at Westminster College, or that college in Westminster in Maryland. I'm forgetting the name, McDaniel. Um, we went around, and one fellow was saying, I want to have an open mind, but there are just sometimes when, like, I know they're wrong. I know they're wrong. And whoever they are, whatever side of any fence he happened to be on. So I backed up from he said, I know they're wrong. And I thought, oh, there you go. I'm right. And probably 20 minutes after that class that day, I had that song because just simple statements, of opposite polarization were easy to come along. And of course, the irony of, you know, vehement words of disagreement will get us nowhere, but in the song, it talks about how, that's the only way we're going to get somewhere is by disagreeing vehemently. So it kind of poured out, I'd say for me, that's a song that was written in 20 minutes and 40 years, if you get my meaning.
Wow, 20 minutes and 40 years. How brilliant. How absolutely brilliant, David Roth. Wow. Okay. Have you recorded it? And is it available for purchase?
No, it's not, but you can send me a donation, of course, and I'll sing it into your phone machine.
Okay, you hear that, everybody? Call them up. Hear that, everybody? We send donations first. Donations
Now,
first.
if you're going to donate to the Daily Antidote of Song. That's fine. I was only kidding. But I'm using this very MacBook Pro that I'm speaking into you today for my new album. I'm learning this software program called Logic Pro, which is an incredibly complicated recording thing, but I'm just working on a need to know basis, and I'm going to get 12 or 15 songs onto this thing. And I don't know. Does anybody still have a CD player anymore, or is this just going to be a streamed batch of digital downloads?
It,
I
it
want,
it might be. Some people have CDs just for
I
nostalgia.
know, I want to
But
make one more CD. I just want to, so I'm probably going to do that. And uh, I've actually got 4 albums that I made in Germany, and they released them on LPs also. I've got 4 current LPs, and the last time I had them out on my merch table before the pandemic, someone came up to me and said, "Why are you selling calendars?" So
they were definitely under 25.
perceptions are changing.
Wow. Well, speaking of Germany, you've been traveling. Where you been? What's been going on?
Yeah, without going into great deal because we've all got stories. I last time I came to y'all, I believe I was with my tour group in Ireland in June. I might have done a song in August, but I just came back about 3 weeks ago from Ireland and Scotland. I took 2 separate musical tour groups over there, and I hook up with these companies, and they take us around to hear all the great local music. And this was my 9th trip to Ireland and my first trip to Scotland. So I was over there for 23 days, and first of all, I want to tell you, with all this craziness around the midterms, it was so refreshing to be outside the country in places that were not America centric, if you get my meaning.
Yes,
They've
yes,
got
yes.
their own things going on, and they're preoccupied with what's going on in their country, and believe it or not, we're not the first thing on their mind. So it was great to get a world perspective from other people talking about what was going on in their countries. And Scotland, my first time, is an amazingly progressive country. It's just incredible, and the geography just kind of blew my mind. I've traveled a lot in all my years. I've never seen anything like the Highlands of Scotland, and
Wow.
it was just beautiful. So if any of you guys are interested, I've got a bunch of trips next year. I've got one to Ireland in June. My trip to at the end of June is filled for Scotland, but I might have another one in October. So, bring an extra layer, but it's going to be incredible. And of course, I have not overlooking my Idaho ladies. My namesake David Roth did not win the U.S. Senate seat in Idaho, Senator Mike Crapo was reelected again. But I watched the debates between David Roth, a single dad of two boys, and it was refreshing to. I was hoping for a T-shirt, but the campaign didn't make one. It said David Roth, U.S. Senate. Um, would make
Hmm.
my mother very happy. But anyway, yeah, I've got the rafting trip in the middle of August and maybe a house concert in Boise on either end. I'm talking to my Idaho peeps about that. So little of this, little of that. But I got some trips coming up next year. And if you'd like to go somewhere fun and hear some great music, consider coming along. We have just great guides and we find all the best local traditional music. And they're very meaningful. It's not just a trip where you buy a hat and take a picture, you know.
Wow. So is this through a tour company that you are collaborating with? I mean, how do people get a chance to go on the trips?
Yeah, I collect 22 people for Ireland and 16 people for Scotland.
You,
Fans and
you
friends.
collect? Wow.
I collect, I put out the word here in the States, and people I've known for a long time and some new people who've just always wanted to go. They kind of contact me, and if there's space, we sign them up. And then these tour groups in Ireland and Scotland take over from there. They line up all the hotels, and we don't move around every day. We stay put in one town for 3 nights at a time, 3 times, both countries. And we go out by day and see all the history and learn about the incredibly complex history of Ireland and equally mind-bending history of Scotland. I had no idea what I was walking into. And it's all done with great skill and grace by these companies. And the minute you get on these little tour coaches with the people, you feel like you're on a bus with second cousins, you know.
Wow. 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 So I've got to ask, did you partake in the haggis? I won't judge you. I won't judge you. I won't. Maybe a little bit,
Any of my
but
vegan vegetarian friends, just turn your sound off for a second. But out of respect, I did try it. Now, haggis is made out of heart, liver, and lung.
and a
Now,
couple other things. There's a couple other
well,
things.
mercifully, yeah, oats and other things like that. So out of respect for my host one night, I had a taste of it, and my guide said, "If you're ever going to taste this stuff, this is the place to do it." It was in a restaurant, and it was palatable, but I would not seek it out. Okay, that's all I'll say about it.
Did you do the American thing and put ketchup on it?
No, I had it unadulterated, and the second. This is a little indelicate, but I'll tell you, the second time it was offered on your menu, it was called haggis bonbons. Now, those are two phrases that don't really go together, haggis and bonbons. They looked more round and circular, but it's indelicate to say haggis, you know what?
Walk away, David. Walk away. Just
Yeah,
walk
I,
away.
I actually didn't say the word, but you can use your imagination. Uh, but the city of Edinburgh, for example, I'm a city boy. I grew up in Chicago, 10 years in New York City. I've spent some time in LA. That's where my mom is. She's in Mar Vista, RNA.
Oh yes. Okay. All right. I know where that. I'm down the street off of Lincoln on in Marina Del Rey. So I know where
Yeah,
you're.
she's like Washington and Sentinel. That's another conversation. I don't even know where I was going with that, but Edinburgh, a beautiful city, and every time you look up, you see the Edinburgh Castle, overhead, and it's just stunning, and it's just a reminder of the deep history that surrounds that very complicated country. But the good news is, that the Scots are really proud of their heritage. They're proud that they live in Scotland, and it really kind of blew my mind. So I'm going to go back twice next year. Come with me, some of you, if you're not rafting or going to Ireland. So we welcome
Let us know. Let us know. And then, so are there COVID precautions in place there, or is it pretty
There
much
have been,
thing of the
but
place, the
when I went to
past?
Ireland in June, the day before I left, both the United States and Ireland had already dropped all requirements, not even masks, not a negative COVID test, not vaccination. And coming back into the States, same thing. They barely look at you. They have drug sniffing dogs, if that, for that. So uh, people can take their own precautions. At the beginning of each tour, I say, if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask anywhere on this trip, you go ahead and do that. There's no judgment here, and it's your personal choice. And you know, um, COVID for me is turning into the cold of the new millennium. It's not that sentence of mortality that we first took it for during
Yes.
the early part of the pandemic. So it's something that we're learning to live with and adapt with. So people on these trips are respectful of everyone's choices and not careless. And anything can happen to anybody, but we've been very lucky.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So you're working on your Logic Pro, which is the older brother of GarageBand, just so you
Yeah,
know.
it's the new generation. I call my version Logic Amateur. I'm working my way up to Pro.
Yeah, once you got GarageBand, you got Logic. That's
But
great.
you know this, Arne. It's the song. That's for me. That's most important as a songwriter. It's the song. It's not the technical wizardry, but it's a good capturing of. I call it a sonic photograph of a moment in time. It
Mhm.
captures something, and for me, the more human, the better, and the less perfect and less technical. I'm not for that. I'd rather have something that is spirited and flawed rather than precise and perfect. That's just me.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the song, can we get some lyrics up?
Oh yeah.
We can be right and we can be wrong.
And if you're sharing your Zoom room with somebody, you could actually point fingers at one another during this song. How's
Oh,
that as
oh, you
fun?
get the finger point. Oh,
Would that be fun?
I love that. David Roth, take it away, please.
All right, I'm gonna switch over. I'm right, you're wrong, you're off, I'm on. This is my new theme song. Everybody, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm correct, I'm sure, and you are insecure. My heart is pure. I'm right, I'm sure. Don't you bother contradicting me. You've got no leg to stand on. Where is it you come off with all these viewpoints that you land on? I'm yes, you're no, you're no, you're stop. I'm go. Je suis vrai, everybody, to a faux. That's French. Now you know. And you know we're gonna get somewhere by being mad and vehement. A seismic shift is always made with words of disagreement. You're right, I'm wrong. Thought I'd just try that on. How about a new song? No right, no wrong, no right, no wrong.
Oh, my stars, David Roth. Incredible. That would fit so well on Sesame Street. I'm telling you. It would just be a perfect addition. Okay, who we got to call? I'm
Can
gonna
you
call
can you
Oscar
hook me up?
first.
Can you hook me up? You're out in LA. You buy
I'm,
all
I'm,
the
I'm gonna
DVDs.
call Oscar first. Me
Okay.
and Oscar, we got a little thing going on.
If
So
I
we gonna
can't get an Oscar, I'd like to talk to Oscar. I'd settle for that.
you'll settle for an Oscar. How about that? How about that? Let's everybody put our intentionalities towards an Oscar for David Roth, my Oscar for me, and Oscar for David Roth. How about that? How about that? I
I haven't
like the
had a Grammy
balance.
yet either, but I had a Grammy.
All right, so
Had a
yo,
Granny. Yeah, had a
you,
Grammy.
you
That's
you you can still do the ego thing, the Emmy, the Tony. Let's just put it in the universe. Let's put it there.
okay.
I
Oh,
vote for you.
I just saw a chat. Tom Lear would have liked this song. Oh, now that is praise. I love Tom.
Wow. Oh, wow. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, everybody, give it up for David Roth, please. Thank you for bringing logic and sense and humor into the room today, as well as your wisdom. We're always grateful for you. And that trip to Scotland's sounding a little appetizing. Not the haggis though, but the other part. Let's stay in contact. We'll stay in
Oh yeah.
contact.
Well, I appreciate you, Arne, and of course Joe, and everybody working on this incredible project. I asked Joe before we got on the air, how long are we going to do this? And she says, no end in sight, you know. So if I may also say, I'm actually coming to the Mid-Atlantic for those of you there, March 23, 24, 25, that last weekend in March, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Havre de Grace, Essex, and um, places like that. So it'd be nice to see any of you who are in the area, or if you're in the Midwest next weekend, I'll be in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, St. Charles near Chicago, and Lansing, Michigan at the iconic 10-Pound Fiddle next Wednesday night at the Robin Theater in Lansing, Michigan. So I'll get to Florida January 20 through 30. I see that my friend Kathy DeWitt asks. Yeah, I'm starting to creep out there again. I didn't mean creep out. I'm
We know
starting to
what you mean.
take
We know what you
baby steps, to get back into the world. And it feels so great, as you know, to sing in
Yes.
person with people in a room. It's amazing.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And people can keep up with you at davidroth.com.
DavidRothMusic.com.
davidrothmusic.com.
And
Yes,
most of these
David.
appearances are not in a basement, but are actually at or above sea level. And that's always been my dream as a veteran of many church basement coffee houses, was to play at or above sea level.
Oh,
And that's starting to happen now.
you made it to the first floor. Okay. Well done. Well done. All right. Everybody, give a huge hand to David Roth. We thank you so much for your presence, sir, and all that you give and all that you are. Can't wait to see you again. Okay, everybody, let's breathe that in because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Okay, let's breathe all of that in. There is no right and there is no wrong. Okay, a few announcements. There is a house concert that's happening tonight. I believe it's Miles Spicer. Jaden is going to magically put information in the chat for those who are interested. And also, there are photos for the community corner that we're always looking for. Make sure you send those to Jaden as well. Jaden's on the one. Jaden's on the one. She's just jamming on the one on all of it. So we give thanks to her. Give her a hand for making everything flow so smoothly today. Thank you, Jaden. Oh, Miles, you got my guy. That's my guy. Okay. I think those are the last announcements. Before we say our final goodbyes again, for any new people in the room, please take this opportunity to let us know who you are. Give us your name, where you're from, especially the country, and really how you found Daily Antidote Song. We're looking at this into perpetuity, I believe. I'm so happy about it. And we're just glad that you found us and stay close. There's many, many special things to keep coming. All right. Let's see. Should I say well, I've got to say goodbye. Thank you to JoJo, of course. Let's all thank JoJo. Let's all thank Jaden. Let's all thank Carpe Diem. Let's all thank David Roth. And then let's just say goodbye to our Facebook Live family. We'll see you all next time. Next time. And to the rumors in the Zoom, the Zoomers in the room. Yes, there are rumors going around about these Zoomers here. Okay, who are boomers. Oh, let me stop. Okay, thank you again, David Roth. Thank you, Kate in Charlottesville. Thank you, Annette, for coming in from California, all the way from California, I tell you. Stephen Michelle, so great seeing you here today. Thank you for your presence. Arlene Baxter in Berkeley. All right, good to see you, West Side. Jojo Rossi, we'll see you next time. Hoda in BC, British Columbia. Always lovely seeing you. Hey, Bonnie. Love you, girl. See you next time in Boise. Sarah in Texas. Thank you for being here. Hey, Becky. Mwah. Big one to you. Hi, Jim. Thank you for being here. I saw you singing. That was really great. Pauline in Newcastle. Thank you for being here. Luda. Give me love. Give me love. Give me love. Give me love. All right. In Victoria, BC. We'll see you next time. Sheila. Stay dry in rainy Florida. Susan G. Woo, Brittany G, baby. Brittany G, Brittany G, Brittany G. Susan, I love you. So good to see you. Thank you for rocking my orange today. I appreciate you. Deborah in Kentucky, great to see you. Hey, Susan in Seattle. Stay dry there. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. We'll always have carrot soup, baby. Carolyn in Boise. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for always being here. Amanda and Miles. Yes, and Oscar. I got my Oscar over there. Great to see you. And my Oscar has a, yes, my Oscar is a garbage can too. Great. Jamie and Victoria, nice to see you. Curly tops, one curly top, two curly tops. I think there were three. There were five of y'all curly tops in there earlier. Great to have all of you. That was seven? It was seven of y'all? Okay. Uh, good to see you. Three, I know. Aloysius, stay safe out there. Deli, thank you for being here. Bob, Mabel, and the Bears. The Bears are right and wrong. I saw all of that. Thank you so much. Harriet Dart, great to have you here. Kathy DeWitt in Gainesville. Thank you for being here. Oh, y'all are moving fast. Diane's in Puerto Rico. Yes. Diane, great having you here. Bob in Albany, New York. Good to see you, my friend. Kathy on the iPad. James Scott, Jane in Maryland, Gary with Solutions, Pauline in Newcastle, my friend Storm with the pumpkin hat, Penny, Christiana and Bob in Maryland, LMG, Loriana and friends, Nancy, and then our dear Jaden. Yes. Oh, I'm looking. Storm says there's Mariah's in the hospital until November 20th. Okay. Keeping you in prayer, Storm. Keeping you in prayer. Oh,